Hello, class. I hope that you are doing great. Today, we are going to study one important topic that is very relevant in terms of the use of adjectives. And this is what we call in English the comparative adjectives. So let's get started and let's see the most important that we have for the analysis of this topic. Okay, when we refer in English, remember that we have something that we call the adjectives. Examples of adjectives. Adjectives, we may say expensive, as well. We may add the word interesting. We may add the word tall. We may add the word cool, etc. And big. Let's see. Let's use these adjectives in here. Okay, the adjectives in English are divided or are classified in two ways. When we refer out the adjectives, we may classify them in short adjectives, and we may classify them with long or as long adjectives. Okay, so for instance, if we start analyzing in here, we may say that a short adjective is an adjective that only has one syllable. Okay, only one syllable. This is the main characteristic. And a long adjective is going to be an adjective that has approximately two or more syllables. Okay, so this is what we have here. Two, in this case, we got two or more syllables. Let's take a look. For instance, when we got expensive, if we divide expensive, we say expensive, three syllables. So expensive is going to be a long adjective. Expensive. Okay, that's nice. Then if we start with interesting, if I divide interesting, I'm going to say interesting, three syllables. So it's going to be long. Interesting. Then we have tall, only one syllable. Tall. This is short. We got as well cool. So cool, only one syllable. And we have as well big. Okay, big is considered a short adjective. Let's analyze that there is an exception. For example, adjectives that end with Y. Adjectives that end with Y, I say heavy, two syllables. But this is an exception. Adjectives that end with Y are considered short. Okay, be careful with this one because this is an exception. It's because it finishes with Y. The Y makes it short, let's say. So it's an exception that we got. Okay, in Spanish, when we refer out the adjectives, we don't have this. In Spanish, we usually express más que when it's short, or when it is long, we usually say más que. It's the same. For example, más caro que, más gracioso que, más interesante que. So in Spanish, we don't make any difference. But in English, when we refer about the adjectives, when the adjective is short, el más, the más, is going to be represented as er. And que is going to be than. The same here. When the adjective is long, we represent it as more, and then we have the than. So this is the rule that I want to share with each of you. So, for example, tall is going to be, in this case, is going to be taller than. Okay? Or an adjective, a long adjective is going to be more expensive. And in this case, we are adding at the end than. So this is what I want you to give attention to for today. I don't say more taller than, that this is the big mistake, or more tall than. No. When the adjective is short, remember that when the adjective is short, el más se representa como una er. When the adjective is long, el más es igual que en español. More than. So more than here, and the same here, more than. And it means más que. So be careful just with the short ones. These are exceptions. Then when we have the short ones, we need to be careful with the following characteristic. For example, big. When we have consonant, vowel, and when we have consonant, we need to double the last consonant and we add er, taller than. So this is very common with short ones. And as well, when we have heavy, okay, we said that it is short, heavy, we change the y by I and we add er. So we say heavier. These are the rules that we got whenever we start to refer about the adjectives. And then we have one exception. This exception is good. When the adjective is good, we don't say gooder. The comparative is better. And when the adjective is bad, we don't say better. We say worse. Okay? So those are going to be two exceptions that we have to the rule. So the most important that we have, remember, we transform adjectives in different ways. So if I want to say más alto que, remember that tall is a short adjective, so I say taller than. But if I want to say más caro que, okay, like it's a long adjective, I say more expensive than. Avoid committing this mistake. Avoid saying more taller than. No, this is incorrect. Or avoid saying this more tall than. Okay, with short adjectives, we don't add more because the representation of more is going to be like an er. So this is pretty much what we have. It's very important for us to know how to use it. So this is precisely what I have in this specific part. We have tiny versus sky. Tiny is taller than sky. Sky is good. Good is an exception. So we say better than at basketball than tiny. Number 3, fast. The adjective is fast, so it's short. It's faster. Popular, it's a long adjective. So sky is more popular than tiny. And big, here we have tiny, so he is bigger. Sky's feet are bigger than tiny's feet. And we need to double the G because it's vowel, consonant, vowel, so we need to double the G. Okay, and remember that this is just when we refer about two objects or two people or two nouns being compared. Okay, I hope that you understand this topic, and if you have any doubts, let me know.